whole driver around campuses in the early 90s was purely a real estate move. It wasn't about as much about communication or community or collaboration or innovation. It was purely a real estate move. How do I get all my people in one location? Ideally, how can I put a wall or a fence around them to secure my privacy of my intellectual property? How can I keep everything in one location? The recruitment and need for talent is what started driving a better environment in the workplace, I think. It was companies realizing, I need to make a move to get my employee base happy. So we started seeing better food service, amenities such as fitness, maybe some gaming rooms, better outdoor space. But again, it wasn't driven about what do they need to work better. It was what do I need to provide them to make them happy and retain them and keep them there. And I think over time, you started seeing more and more of a drive and a need for that for the employee base. And the ownership and the leadership started seeing better results from that. There's a lot of conversation about, well, gee, do you work smarter, do you work better if you're happy? You find, there's always these reports out about a great place to work. And a great place to work, sometimes I think employers used to think, my employee is going to say that as long as they're having fun and they have these great amenity spaces. But when you really read those reports, these are smart, intellectual people that are committed to their profession. And a great place to work for them means, yes, I have the amenities to kind of relax and change my mood a little bit, but it allows me to work effectively because these people are dedicated to what they do. And I think companies started seeing that, and the leadership started seeing that. There's better data out there right now. There's a lot of benchmarking out there. We've seen it go through the different cycles, and companies are realizing that the bottom line is impacted in a positive way when I allow this environment and a stronger culture with my employee base. The engineer of 20 years ago wanted to live in a cube, in a cave with a drape over them so no one could see what they're doing because their own personal intellectual property was their self-worth. So the engineers are really driven to not share as well. There became, as it evolved, those engineers started getting older and older, younger engineers coming in, there needed to be some mentoring and some transfer of knowledge from the older engineers to newer engineers. That became a part of that. I think another big part of it is the engineering base. As technology has grown, as the Valley has grown, all of a sudden socially, being a nerdy engineer, is cool. And so we have an entirely different workforce that's in engineering. So you would see, going back, you'd always see a hard line between hardware engineers and software engineers. The hardware engineers wanted to stay in a closed cave and do their thing, and the software engineers were more about content, they were more social, there was more dialogue going on for them to do their work, and you always saw kind of this energy and playful side of engineering and then this very quiet, focused, heads down code writing side of engineering. But now with technology, those lines always cross. So you see culture naturally changing by just those different engineering types coming together. You see the culture changing because leadership is seeing the value of employee base communicating and sharing ideas, and just the social behavior of today. We share everything. We share. We're on our Facebook page. We're sharing information on Twitter. There's not a whole lot of secrets going on for anybody in our life anymore. And I think from the workforce and the workplace, that is also part of that understanding. So you see a really openness to collaboration, an openness to being transparent. And at the end of the day, companies are seeing the added value of that, so they're promoting that. Most companies today, most campus design is all about how can I promote collaboration, communication. I know it's going to impact me in a positive way. The trends are more towards a sustainable campus. Again, as we used to see different drivers in campus design, whether it was a real estate move or whether it was a retention and employee-driven move, I think now the alignment is so strong that even for the small moves, they're aligned with employee needs and desires and work style and leadership needs, bottom line needs. So I don't think we're going to see all these shifts of where you can walk around the valley right now and you can look at a campus and say that campus was designed all around a real estate decision. And you can see another campus that was designed all around culture and retention and being a great place to work. I don't think we'll see that going forward. I think that you'll see every campus design going forward being a little more transparent because the alignment of employee needs and attitudes and workplace needs and the impact on the bottom line they are fully aligned. So we're going to see, I think, all campuses going forward are going to have a stronger sense of community, are going to have a stronger sense of kind of employee involvement. The workforce is coming through today. There's a strong, kind of social conscience of sustainability, about being a good, kind of world partner and community member, and all that's living through, I think, in all the campus design today, and I think we'll see that going forward. Kind of an example of how all these are becoming aligned, I think, is the Juniper campus that we just completed. It is a campus that has a terrific master plan. It was all about connectivity. It was all about bringing the outside community in, about bringing the employees together, good relationships and community between leadership and the workforce. There are great amenities provided for the employee base. It's about a good work environment for them. It's about enabling them to do their job and work the way they work best. So workplaces aligned for how they work. The support spaces of amenities are aligned for how they work and how they play and how they live on the campus. And I think even the perception from the outside world of how a customer comes into the site, engages with this company, engages with leadership, engages with the employee base, also drives that as well. So I think it's a good example of a campus that has brought into alignment all these different issues of workplace, of leadership, of bottom line results, and is a good community member as well.